Welcome to the second video, Chain of Causation. Music is Inscape by Future Engineers, particular favourite piece of music of mine. Once again, all footage was filmed on a dashboard camera and it's been sped up 10 times, so I'm not actually driving this fast. Don't speed because it's not big and it's not clever. Okay. Crown against Smith, 1959, is a case which illustrates chain of causation. A soldier was stabbed in a fight, but he received poor medical treatment, being dropped twice and making his condition worse by up to 75% through the treatment, which the Court of Appeal described as thoroughly bad. The soldier died. The court held that the person who stabbed him in the first place was still guilty of murder. Okay, chain of causation had not been broken. The court held that the stab wound was still the cause of the victim's death. Reasoning based on the but-for test. The victim would not have been in a hospital but for the defendant stabbing him. Okay. Actus reus, chain of causation, another person intervenes. Another case, similar. Cheshire, victim shot twice by the defendant, taken to hospital. Breathing tube was inserted into the victim's throat to help with him breathing, and as a result of the tube being inserted, the victim suffered a rare medical problem which caused him to die. The defendant was still held to be guilty of the victim's murder. Even though it was the fault of the medical staff, they had inserted the tube to treat the victim, and the harm had already been caused by the defendant that they were trying to treat. And the court held that medical treatment had to be so bad that it was actually independent of the defendant's act in order to break the chain of causation. Now, another case on the chain of causation is Crown against Jordan, where this did actually happen. The stabbed victim was taken to hospital and was given some antibiotics by the doctor on duty. He realised that it gave an allergic reaction to the victim, so he stopped the use of it, but the next day another doctor came along and gave the victim a very large dose of the same antibiotics, and the victim died. The chain of causation was held to be broken, and the defendant was not guilty of murder. Stabbing wasn't the cause, the antibiotics were the cause. In this case, defendant stabbed a victim, Jehovah's Witness. She was taken to hospital but refused a blood transfusion for religious reasons. The defendant was held to be guilty of murder, even though it was her that had refused the blood transfusion. Okay, the stab wound was still held to be an operating substantial cause of her death. And you've got to bear in mind the Finnish school rule: got to take the victim as you find them. Okay, just a few words on mens rea. Okay. There are two levels of mens rea that we're going to have a look at, specific intention and recklessness. Specific intention is where the defendant intended the results of his or her act to actually happen. Okay, they wanted that as the result. Recklessness is where the defendant knew or should have known that there was a risk of harm occurring but took the risk anyway, and harm resulted. And this music is Miami by Will Smith, if you didn't already know. There are different levels of mens rea for different offences, so always remember to have a look at the different levels of mens rea when looking at different offences. Murder is a specific intent crime, for example, and why do you think it is that the more serious offences require specific intention as opposed to recklessness? Have a think about it.